Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. This one is boom. As Wike, the FCT minister, has decided to take a very strong blow on the empires of political leaders, called them political juggernauts, and you're not wrong. Right now, he's shaken with his move to demolish, to revoke, and also to make demands on ground rent. It will shock you, those who are involved. Buhari is involved in the whole show. We're going to give you full details of what Wike is doing to 762 plots of land. Let's dive into the details. According to the news, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Wike, has ordered the revocation of 762 plots of land belonging to former President Muhammadu Buhari, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, and former Chief of Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onogin, and corporate organization for failing to pay for the certificate of occupancy of the properties in Abuja. It has been learned that the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, in public notices issued on the development, revealed that the plots are located in the Highborough Maitama 1 district of the Federal Capital. Wike also threatened to withdraw the right of occupancy, ROFO, of 614 other individuals and companies if they did not pay their outstanding bills for their plots within 2 weeks. Other prominent individuals affected by the revocation involve former governors Rochas Okorocha of Imo State, Benayade of Cross River State, Sirika Dixon of Bayelsa State, Shaba Lafiagi of Kwara, Ahmad Sani of Zamfara, and Kabiru Gaya of Kano State. Former and saving federal lawmakers affected are Ninaya Abaribe Abdul Ningi Sunday, Karimi Abdul Fatai Buhari, Dino Malai, Barnabas Gamade, Shehu Sani, Adeyemi Adaramodu, Abamoro, Danjumale, and Abdul Mumin Jabril. Other former and saving lawmakers whose plots were withdrawn are Agom Jaribe, Obina Chidoke, Nicholas Mutudan, Reneju Ezenwa Onyewuchi, Chinyere Igwe, David Umaru, Oluwole Oke, and Oke Jeff. The notice said that the Federal Capital Territory Administration wishes to inform the allottees, title holders of plots of land in Maitama 1 who have failed to make payment for their certificate of occupancy CFO bill after the expiration of grace period granted by the Honorable Minister, Federal Capital Territory, that their right of occupancy to the lands or properties have been withdrawn pursuant to the provision of Section 28 of the Land Use Act of 1978 for contravention of the terms of grant, which obligated the title/interest holder to settle all bills. Section 28 of the Land Use Act, to which the FCTA notice referred, stipulates how landed properties vested in individual can be revoked by authorities. Subsection 5 empowers state governors, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory in the case of Abuja, to revoke a statutory right of occupancy on the grounds of a breach of any of the provision which a certificate of occupancy is by Section 10 of this Act deemed to contain, b. a breach of any term contained in the certificate of occupancy or in any special contract made under Section 8 of this Act. The non-payment of statutory fees by landowners are considered violation for which allocated plots can be revoked. According to Premium Time, former and saving lawmakers also on the list are Chief Whip of the Senate, Tahi Mongonu, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chibudum Nwoche, former Senate leaders, Taslim Folarin, Nena Okeje, Obina Chidoke, Dapo Lam Adeshina, Leo Ogo Francis, Alimna Smart Ademi, and Linda Ikpezu. Others are Andy Uba, Biodun Olujimi, Agom Jerigbe, Kingsley Chinda, and Ben Obi. Former Ebonyi State Governor Sam Egu, former Minister of Aviation Stella Odua, and the incumbent Deputy Governor of Edo State, Dennis Idahosa, were also threatened with revocation. Mr. Egu is also former Minister of Education and Senator, while Ms. Odua represented Anambra North in the upper chambers. The notice added that the Federal Capital Territory Administration hereby informed the general public, particularly allottees / title holders of lands in Maitama 1 district of the FCT, who have since made payment of the outstanding certificate of occupancy bill, to, as a matter of urgency, pay the balance of their bills within 2 weeks from the date of this publication, or have their right of occupancy / title withdrawn. This is, quite tough. Everybody needs to go hunting for money right now to pay it. And unfortunately, the amount they're supposed to pay, no be small money. I'm telling you, thank God that this is happening to the very rich. But some people say that some names, they are just a way of attracting public attention, that he's not intending to deal with people like the current president of Nigeria. But guess what? If the law forbids dealing with some persons who are supposed to respect the law, then it makes no sense. We all love the way Wike is doing it, but as far as there's nothing like land grabbing around it. He's just trying to generate revenue. Then for me, it's thumb off for him. But however, right now, I know a lot of calls will be flying left, right, center. Let's get to see what it will look like, my colleagues in the House. Let's just talk about this. What's your position in respect to the move by Wike to revoke even the land owned by an former president of Nigeria and some serving ministers? Don't you think that he is trying to go against the tide this time around?
Well, I just want to look at this in a different form. I feel that this is just my personal opinion. I stand to be corrected, though, because we all know how Wike works when he was the governor of Rivers State. He literally talks to elders anyhow, especially if they stand on his way. So it's very possible that Wike can literally revoke the lands of some 7 ministers if need be. But then again, I'm looking at it beyond that. Wike is a strategic politician in the sense that he wouldn't want to just pick some names and leave others to look as if he's witch hunting them. So he may want to bring all names together, more momentum and more, a national outcry. But there's some persons, of course, like you rightly mentioned, calls will be flying in. What's going on, guy? Just mention your name, not your land isn't that. There's some persons I'm looking out for. And when they call, I will deal with them. And I personally feel one of such person, even if I'm not sure of anyone, I'm very sure of this particular name, Dino Malai. He will seem premium shaggy in the hands of Wike. In fact, 2 things are involved. It's either his own, that by the time he shows interest of paying, maybe to keep increasing per second. The day he decides to pay, if he doesn't pay completely, keep increasing per second. Maybe it's only
he said they've given them 2 weeks duration.
Okay,
for some.
And now if it's 2 weeks duration, that means we are looking at Dino Malai either hurrying to redeem that land, or Wike will very quickly. It will start from Dino Malai to start revoking, because these are people who, I could still remember Dino Malai mentioned how Wike was begging Atiku, begging him to please beg Oga, which is Atiku, when he was looking for VP slot during their primaries in PDP. That has committed to the point where PDP is now actually its shadows. And now he has the opportunity to deal with Dino. Of course, Dino will get it out. Of course, 2 things are involved. Dino may likely let it go. To have after all.
I don't think it's not going to be possible for Dino to let it go. For some big shots like that, I think they have those lands. There's actually a building on it. Some of them, like Maitama, is a place that choices guys live there. You understand?
To pay the money.
Yeah, so it's going to be a case of you have to pay the money. I just
but
wonder.
The question is, how much are we looking at here?
It's huge amount of money.
So if it's almost the same amount you used to build it, so why are you? It has to be something that has to do with negotiation, and Malai will not want to go and negotiate with Wike.
I was just wondering. I thought I was seeing that of Atiku Abubakar, which means the guy is a smart dude. He refused to invest in Abuja because his name is not even there. All right, that's when we're going to wrap it up. Let's make that conversation and talk more on this. What's your position in respect to this, call it deadly move by Wike to hit on virtually all the political